Big time by AbsoluteLegends. We're here at day 2 of EPIC34. I'm lucky enough to join by Tom, the owner of 10star, the CEO. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask you, first of all, so obviously the two teams competing for your organisation are the academy teams, the top 3 teams. Can you tell me a little bit more about the kind of selection process for that?
Yeah, sure. So for us, we had a pretty rigorous selection process. We had quite a lot of interest, and still get a lot of interest in the academy process. So for us, the guys who we selected, we formed them into 4 teams. They played in a competition, an in-house competition, where we looked at not just their technical capabilities. So just to get in, they had to have good fundamentals. They all had to rank incredibly highly just to get in. And then we just went through a selection process, looking at their character, their quality of comms, whether or not they could form a team. So it's a lot of soft stuff. So it wasn't just the fundamentals. It's about whether or not they were, good people as well.
Yeah, well, it sounds intense. It sounds intense. So obviously they came into yesterday, seeded 3rd and 6th. What were your expectations for them at this event?
I just wanted them to have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. This wasn't about performance. This is about for the guys to come and form close as a group. It was the first time they met. First time I met them as well. So the first time they met in person. So it's about forming those human connections, and as well as connections on the server. About having experience of playing in a LAN, because we're grooming these guys to compete at the highest level. We want them to go to masters. We want them to be able to represent our club in the biggest possible way. So this is a perfect event. Really good in terms of the intensity, in terms of a whole different climate to what you get playing on the server. So yeah, it's an ideal experience for the guys.
Yeah, definitely. And the last question you kind of touched on it, but I was going to ask, what's it like to finally be able to be back at LANs again and meet everybody that you've probably been talking to online for so long now?
It's amazing. It's my first ever LAN. So yesterday, when I walked in, I wasn't sure what to expect. I had absolutely no idea. And I have to say, I was blown away, genuinely blown away. It was really, really good fun. There was a real good atmosphere, quite electric actually. I walked in, almost gladiatorial. It was pretty intense. Like I walked in and someone was shouting at someone else across the room, and I was like, oh my goodness, is this what LANs are about? And so personally, I've been to large sporting events, etc., and you kind of almost replicate that in a very small way, but the energy levels are insane. So yeah,
it's
really
fun for sure. I love it when they're like standing up and shouting across
Absolutely.
the room. That's what makes it for me.
Brilliant.
And final question: if you have control over Valorant for a day, you can buff or nerf any agent. What's the go-to?
Oh, right. I play Brimstone, and I'm very bad at Brimstone. As all boomers end up, everyone starts on Brim, I'm sure. So I play Brim very badly. What I'd like to do, I'd like to try and give him a buff somehow. I don't know how. I'd like to give him much better abilities. I'd like perhaps his ult to be bigger. So I don't know. I'd like to try because I feel like I have a relationship with him.
I couldn't agree more, to be honest. I love Brimstone too. Well, it's been a pleasure to have you. Thank you very much for your time.
You're very welcome.